Hello, everyone, and welcome to another video for Freightmaster Resources. My name is Tim, and my special guest today is Justin from EzPapel. I am saying that right, am I not?
Yeah, you got it right.
Okay. Um, and today we wanted to discuss. Oh, sorry. Bear with me one more second. There we go. All right. Sorry, I had something on the line there. Today we're going to discuss AI and utilizing it to help improve your operations and make your freight business more successful for carriers, brokers, and dispatchers. So, Justin, I guess tell us a little bit about EzPapel, how it all kind of came about.
Yeah, easy Propel. So I started off as my career with Amazon and in receiving trucks. Then I realized there's a lot of our trucking is a very archaic industry, and I happen to be a second generation trucker. My dad was in the truck industry his entire life. He was an owner operator running three trucks at the time. So I decided to join him to help him scale the company. And while I was scaling the business for him, I realized there isn't really any technology or any tool to run the business. Everything was done manually, and I thought there's a better way to do it. And I couldn't find any tool on the market to really help me automate things the way I wanted to. So I created my own tool, which is what we're seeing right now, EzPapel. It's a platform to help trucking companies automate a lot of repetitive tasks that was used to be done manually. And with this tool, I helped my dad scale this trucking company from three trucks to 50 trucks, about $1 million to $20 million in about 3 years. And he's about to retire, and I am spinning off his product to help all trucking companies to scale their business with technology and turning all traditional trucking companies into a digital trucking company.
That's awesome. Very awesome. So, sorry, I do apologize. Guys, as I mentioned in my last video, I am recovering from a couple of broken ribs, so just bear with me a little bit here. So I am going to, because I forgot before we started, I do ask that you guys kind of hold your questions until after the end of the presentation, and then Justin and I will be more than happy to answer those for you. Okay? So, EzPapel, I guess maybe give us some sort of a demo on how this all works.
For sure, yeah. Let me share my screen, and we can go into a demo to look at how EzPapel works. 1 second. Is there a share screen button somewhere?
Yep, there should be down at the bottom of the screen. There should be a series of.
There we go. Present and share screen. Let me see. All right, click on entire. All right, let me know if you can see my screen here.
Yep. Just go ahead. Oh, oh, there we go.
Perfect. So once you log into EzPapel, our vision is really to be the Shopify for trucking. And then what you see is the backend where you can manage all of your shipment under dispatch. There is a list view, there's a pipeline view. Now, the purpose of this is to make sure that you have two different views for companies. Some of them like, hey, I want to have a little modern view. That's what this is for. Open dispatch. You can change the status of a name, however you want to name it, and you can drag the shipment around for update. And then also, if you have your driver app, in the driver app, as they go through each stage, these will automatically update itself. And then calendar, this is synced to your ELD devices or GPS tracking device. So throughout the entire transit, you'll be able to see where the truck is at. If they're on the load, you'll be able to see, okay, truck 222 currently on the load from Moreno Valley to Memphis, Tennessee. And right here is the truck is not assigned, but it's on the map. So you have visibility of where your trucks are located. And now to create a load, a lot of us work with either brokers or direct shippers. And what we do right here to make that simple is you can click on new load to create a new shipment, new load, and click on drag a rate confirmation into the system. And what that means is if you have a rate count received from a brokerage, what happens is if you drag it in here, now this thing will auto scan the rate confirmation and spit out the information instead of you doing manual data entry. Now, if you have a dispatcher, you can choose what dispatcher is. And tag is if you have owner operators leasing onto your company, or if you're a dispatcher dispatching multiple companies for multiple different MCs, that's what the tag feature is for, right? You can tag the company so you know which load the company is built for. And because this is an older rate confirmation, I'm going to change the date to the modern date. Today is November 22nd, and all the information is right here, and then give you the shipper, receiver. If you need to add a second shipper, click on add. You can add a second one. And leg detail is if you have you're doing the relay run, or you're doing the one person's bringing it back to the warehouse, another person's taking the final delivery, and that's what a leg is for. You can create a leg. Receiver, it is where you're taking it to. And same thing right here, because this is outdated recon, I'm going to change this to a modern date and how much you get paid, and then the miles on this, PC Mailer, Google, where you can manually enter the miles. If there's a fuel surcharge, accessory fee, everything can be managed right here in this area. And you can choose your truck type, if you have a drive-in, flatbed, reefer, anything that you have. And now this part is a driver. If you know who the driver is for this load right away, you can assign to a driver, and then this will pop up on the driver's mobile app. On their phone, they'll be able to see a load that's assigned to them. Click on submit. Now the load get created. It get populated under dispatch. If you don't have a driver assigned to open, you can drag them around in different status. And then now on your driver's phone, I'm not able to show it right now, but what happens is on the driver's phone, there's a very easy UI. Driver get notified they have a shipment. And because we're integrated with ELD, what happens is it can automatically trigger a alert letting your customer know that the driver has arrived at pickup. Now, this is only if you turn on this feature. We have an automation feature. You can automate anything you want and create automation, right? Add a trigger. When the driver clicks on, or at a certain time, right, run an action, send an email update to so-and-so. So once you set that up, what happens is as your driver go through stage, you can automatically do the check-in, check-out, and this will automatically can request for a detention fee or a layovers. If it happens, you can automate all that stuff instead of manually doing everything. And one biggest challenge when I was running a trucking company was receiving POD. Whenever driver was making deliveries, they gave the terrible POD, and we will not be able to bill our customer until the driver comes back to the home terminal, which could be a week long or 10 days long if they're on the road for a while. And one solution to fix that was we have a built-in scanner feature inside the mobile app, and I'm going to show you right now, but we can't see the mobile part, but I'm going to just scan it as if I were a driver app on my phone. When I scan it, what happens is when I upload, and this thing will auto-populate. If I click on unload it or upload it, and what happens is the system will automatically update. So if I come over here, and the load has moved to right here, 9018. I come over here, click on deliver, and then click on doc POD. When the driver uploads something, I get it right away. So we see a very clear copy of a scanned feature document. Now, this is just something I scan on my phone. I know it's not able to show it, but we were able to scan it, get back in the system, and you click on generate invoice, and the system will generate invoice, and we're also integrated with QuickBooks and Sage for accounting tools. If you have accounting tool, click on generate invoice. What happens is you don't have to duplicate any manual work. The system right now is sending over to QuickBooks. Mine shows error because this is a demo account. I don't really have active QuickBooks account. But if I do, this invoice will populate right here. You'll be able to see what the invoice looks like. And then now I got the reconfirmation, I have the invoice, I have the POD. The load is now delivered. What happens is I can just click on request for payment. When I do this, what happens is it will send a copy to the customer or the factoring company requesting for payment. So normally a process might take you about 40, 50 minutes long, cut it down to about 5 minutes. And then calendar here is for you to manage your shipments, manage your trucks, where they're at, and you can have a smart sheet, built-in sheet to track your daily picks, daily deliveries. Instead of doing data entry, everything's including the system. You can set your daily pickup, daily delivery, and then with filter, you can choose, oh, I want to see the delivery date is for today, right? I want to see all the load delivering today, load picking up today, or for the past month, you can see everything right here. Also, those sheets, a lot of time people cannot get rid of spreadsheet. So even with those sheets, you can track your HR, you can track your driver schedule, equipment, your registration, any of the form that you would like to customize. It can be done under here. You can simply create a new spreadsheet and then from filter and then changing however you want to customize it to use it for. Now, load matching. This is a part where we're introducing where we want to make it simple for you. Every time every time you book a load, you're going to need a reload, and you know where you want to send your truck. So ahead of time, let's say for example, I have a truck right here, John, getting empty on the 25th, this Friday, and I know I want to send him to either Alabama, Arizona, or Arkansas, or anywhere you want to have you can change it to a specific city. What happens is, and we send your trucking capacity information to customers and brokers so that they have visibility of your trucks. If they need your truck, and they can book it, and you can put your how much you're expecting, and then what type of equipment you have, and we can share your capacity within our network if they have a need, and they'll reach out to you. Driver pay is very self-explanatory. Different pay type, paid by mile, paid by percentage, and pay hourly or fixed pay. However you want to customize it. It could be setting when you set up your driver. You can manage your driver, create a login for them, and you can make all the driver files, documents, their medical card. Everything can be kept in one place so that if ever needs access it for DOT inspection or for state inspection, you have everything in one place. And the same as pay type, hourly percentage by mile, you can customize it right here and based on driver. And if it's employee or a owner operator, you're able to do that easily right here. And reports. If you have anything that you need to look at, that's what reports for. Reports right here is for you to look at, oh, I want to keep my drop trailer reports. I want to see how my driver is doing. Driver complaining I'm not making money. So let's pull up your history for the last 3 months, and you're able to, select your driver. Let's say John is a driver, and say, hey, let's see how much John made for the month of September, or September to whichever date. Generate report, and you'll be able to see the total and all the details that he run. Similarly, for all other reports, who's your biggest customer, and what's your maintenance cost, and then trailer report, truck equipment report for inspection. You can download everything from one place. Maintenance, pretty self-explanatory. If you need to have a 90-day inspection, annual inspection, you can use maintenance along with an automation tool where it can send you automatic reminders. Hey, every 30,000 miles, send us a update, send us a reminder for oil change, right? For inspection, for tire replacement, anything that you want to look at, or even for permit expiration date, it's about to expire 30 days ahead of time, send us a notification. So one system literally to manage your entire operations in one place. And this is the back end. What we realize is a lot of trucking companies don't have a front end. What that means is they don't have a front end to build a website. And what we're releasing this is a back end to run your whole business. And on the front end, with your company name, will help you in a few clicks build your own website. And then that way, if you want to find your own customers, now you can have that instant credibility. And then those are all built instead of spending $1,000 in a few clicks. In a few clicks, you create a website for your company, linked to your own company domain. And this is a very high level demo. All in setting, you can manage everything that you have, all of your asset, all of your customers, your drivers, users, company information, adding your carriers, adding your owner operators, right? Want to manage multiple MCs, that's what tag is for. So this is a very high level demo If any question, I'm willing to, we can revisit.
That's awesome. Yeah, I really like the camera feature. When you had first showed it to me, it didn't matter what angle you held the phone.
Yes,
It came out perfect every single time, right?
definitely, definitely. Yeah, I wish I had the way to display it today, but I didn't have the cable to connect my phone to my computer. But yeah, like you mentioned, the drivers, any angle, any lighting, from it will automatic the AI will automatically fix it to the way that it should look, right? And then it will send it back to the system.
And it's clear.
It's very
I
clear.
can't tell you the number of times I get, PODs that just they're so blurry and I have to re-request them, and I know it gets to be kind of a pain for them to have to keep resending everything, so yeah, that's a really nice feature. The other thing I really enjoyed about this is that it kind of gives you a little bit more transparency into your business, right? So you know where your expenditures are, how much your drivers are earning, maintenance, everything you need for your DOT inspections, everything, and it's all in one system. It's not broken down amongst other, across multiple platforms, which is something that's very, very nice.
100%. That was a challenge. One of the challenge I had was I had like 5 different spreadsheets and then 3 different other tools to run the business, always switching around. Now you got everything in one place.
Yeah. Guys, I'm going to start to open this up for questions. If you guys have any questions for myself or Justin, feel free to start posting that now. Sometimes I get a little bashful. I've opened up questions in the past, and then it's like, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down, and I'll talk to you guys next time. And then all of a sudden, I start getting a few questions coming in. So,
That's awesome. How often do you host a live show?
well, I only do live shows anymore, but I try to do at least once a week. Obviously, sometimes that doesn't always happen. Things kind of get in the way, or like last week, I broke my ribs, so
No.
it's yeah. So I was not feeling very comfortable into doing a video then, but yeah, I'm really impressed with the system, and I mean, as large as the transportation industry is, it amazes me that we have not had something, like EzPapel so far. I mean, there's been some improvements in the industry in regards to, the book it now feature on the load boards and things like that. But it always seems like in regards to technology, we're several steps behind of all other industries.
Yes, and then the challenge is, I think it's a lot of people focus on carrier on brokers and shippers. Not a lot of technology folks really focus on carriers. So I think that's one of the reasons why we haven't seen anything like this.
Yeah, I've actually talked to a couple of brokers over the last 3 years or so, and they were actually still using like a Word program to
Yeah.
handle everything. And I'm going, oh, but
Yeah, definitely. A lot of them are still on WordPress, where we're using a server-based application you have to download. It's not even cloud-based.
yeah, it's almost like going back to the Stone Ages or something.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Guys, come on, let's get some questions in here if you have any questions. By the way, I did drop a special link for you guys down in the description below to go ahead and get signed up with EzPapel. Justin, do you want to maybe explain the $1,000 reward when they become a customer?
Definitely. So this is kind of like rewarding the carriers who have a larger fleet, and pretty much give them a whole month of a free trial to try out the product before they buy. Normally, we don't really offer this deal to anyone, but with the referral link is we pretty much give them 1 month free, right? If you have a 20 trucks or 30 trucks, or even a few trucks, with this link, you can save the first month to try it out to make sure this product really, helps your business become more efficient. So yeah, so that $1,000 referral fee will cover that cost.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I know right now the trucking industry, the rates are very low, and it probably hasn't hit rock bottom yet. And I went to a conference. This is very interesting data I studied, where I heard it's like 5% in saving, 5% in operation saving is equivalent to 30% of pretty much your increasing rates. So if you lower your operation cost by 5%, that pretty much increase your RPM by 30%. I was like, wow, that's a lot, but it makes sense as well because truckers have very low margin, 10%, 12%, 15%, or less than 10, depends on the market and the rate. And then every few dollars that you save translate to 20, 30% in rates.
Right. Yeah, excellent point. I guess all of my viewers are being bashful today for some reason. I'm not sure.
Maybe earlier the link wasn't working.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Well, I guess if we don't get a question here in the next minute or so, then we'll wrap it up. But come on, guys, questions. I know you guys have questions. Questions, comments. It really is an excellent system, you guys. One thing I always tell everybody is, when people ask me what I do and they're not real familiar with being a freight broker or the trucking industry or anything like that, it sounds kind of goofy, but I said, and they're like, really, you're that busy all the time? And I'm like, have you ever seen the movie, what was that, Castaway with Tom Hanks? We worked for FedEx and then a plane went down and everything, but the one line in that movie was, we kind of live and die by the minute. So looking at EzPapel, the time savings, by utilizing a system like this is invaluable in my humble opinion, because there's so much time, as we get to the end of the day and it's like, I needed more time. I had those 10 more phone calls I needed to make today and now they're closed and I can't get to them, or, whatever the case may be. But yeah, it always seems like there's never enough time. So anything that could save me time, there again, it's invaluable to me,
Yeah, 100% agree with you. A lot of times, especially trucking business, most of the time it's a family business, and people wanna grow, but then they don't have time to, because most of the time they spend was doing the manual tasks like emailing, updating, scanning paperwork, processing driver payrolls, all those stuff. Like it takes a lot of your time where you're not able to think about other revenue streams where you say, hey, I can talk to that person to get more direct customers, right? Direct shippers. So yeah, I definitely agree with you. It takes a lot of time to run a trucking company.
For sure. Well, Justin, I guess since everybody's being bashful, I won't take up any more of your time and we'll go ahead and end this. I do appreciate you coming on and discussing EzPapel and talking to everybody about it.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me here, Tim, and a great pleasure sharing.
Yes, sir. It's been a real pleasure.
All right. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thanks, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so until next time, guys, as always, be kind to one another. Bye-bye.